Hello everybody, my name is Epigen, and welcome back to the mess that is my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Doomfang Pauldrons and the Icefall Mantle, as they now have the Path of Burning Steps escalating damage bonus. But not only did Bungie do that, they also gave these 4 exotic specific triggers to get the max stacks just automatically. So we're going to be going over that with at least, those 2 exotics in this video. And then in another video, I'll probably be going over the Path of Burning Steps and Eternal Warrior for whatever has changed there. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about the Doomfang Pauldrons first, as this is the better build out of the 2 that I have right now. And so, everything from the Doomfang is still the same. Defeating targets with Void Melee grants the super energy. And obviously, when you get shield throw hits while in your super, you extend your super. But now, there's now more text up here that says defeating targets with void damage has a chance to grant an escalating damage bonus for void weapons. Now what this fails to mention is that if you throw a void melee, if you get a kill with a void melee, then you would get the highest stack possible off rip, which is very good since since this synergizes so well. You got to get a void melee to get super energy out of it, so it works amazing. Now for the mods of choice, if you haven't seen the mods yet from the last video I did about this, then I'll still go over it just in case you're new here. So for the helmet, we have 2 hands-ons and a harmonic siphon. On the gauntlets, we have 1 heavy-handed, 1 melee kickstart, and a momentum transfer. We have 2 charged ups on the chest piece, 2 invigs on the legs, and a stacks on stacks as well. 2 outreaches and a reaper on the class item. And for the subclass, I'm using shield throw, as it gives me distance when it comes to getting the melee kills. Better grenades for what you'll see in a second. Bastion, so we can get an overshield to ourselves. Control demolition, so we can heal off volatile. And echo of and for the fragments, so it's going to be echo of cessation. So when we defeat volatile targets, we create a void breach. Echo of provision, so that way when we damage enemies with a grenade, we get melee energy. Hence why I have a scatter grenade, so I can hit multiple enemies at once. And then echo of starvation, so when we pick up a void breach or an overpower, we give ourselves devour. And since that's super easy with cessation and controlled demolition, the last fragment of choice, I obviously went with instability, so our grenades can give us volatile. And so for the weapons of choice, I went with a void special and a heavy. And for my primary, I actually went with the Traveler's Chosen, since it can come with osmosis, and that synergizes really well, since by the fact that you have to get the grenade killed to proc volatile, and then get your damage bonus when you get a kill with the Sentinel Shield. It works out very well, and it just has a lot of good synergies with it. And now I'm gonna go over the Stasis Titan next, and as you can see, he is very, very bright. Oh my god. Sorry. Anyways, for the Icefall mantles, what they did is, once again, everything is the same besides the one thing that they changed, and that it is now the escalating damage bonus. So now what it says here is Stasis final blows have a chance to grant an escalating damage bonus to Stasis weapon damage. And when you activate your barricade, you gain the highest tier Stasis weapon damage bonus and create a burst of slow around you that'll obviously slow combatants. And obviously, while you have this overshield, you are slowed and barricade does not recharge. And now for the mods of choice for this, we have an harmonic siphon, a heavy metal finder, and a dynamo on the head. On the gauntlets, we have bolstering detonation, grenade kickstart, and momentum transfer. On the chest piece, we have 1 harmonic reserves and 2 charged ups. On our legs, we have 1 stacks on stacks, a recuperation, and an elemental charge. And then on the class item, we have 1 outreach, and a powerful attraction, and a reaper. Now going to the subclass, I'm going to be using the Dustfield Grenade. That way we can slow targets for overload and unstoppable capabilities sometimes. And then we have Tectonic Harvest. That way when I destroy crystal, I get stasis shards. And I'm going to be making stasis crystals by using Howl of the Storm. So while sliding, when I activate my charged melee, I launch a wave of stasis energy forward that freezes targets and creates stasis crystals. So I have unstoppable and slow capabilities. And then on the for the fragments, we're going to be using Whisper of Shards. And so when I shatter the crystal, I get a boost to my grenade recharge rate, and additional, and also more stasis crystals would increase the duration of this benefit. And so now I'll use Whisper of Rending, so that way my whatever primary weapon I'm using, I can shatter the crystal. Do Whisper of Hunger, so that I can get more melee energy from the crystals I've shattered, and then Whisper of Fissure, so that way my crystals do more damage. And for the weapons of choice, that is really up to you. Since we're using Rending, I'm trying to go for a more primary approach. However, the stasis primaries that I have at the moment is just not very good. I've been trying Wicked Implement, even though I don't have its catalyst. Tried Disparity, Crate, Unending Temp, the new SMG Crucible, and then ES Luna. I've tried most of these options, and then obviously I have a stasis machine gun on the bottom. You could use Cold Comfort with a Godworld Cold Comfort. This is the best I got out of it, but yeah, so the primary options are really up to you. All right, and so how do I feel about these builds? To be honest with you, I think the Void build is one of the best, if not the best, out of the damage escalating bonuses. Now I know that the solar version can use Radiant to stack that damage bonus, but I really like the Void for its volatile, it has anti-barrier capabilities, and really has also a bunch of healing capabilities, and not only that, but it's probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest, to get its damage proc, as all you need is a Void melee kill. You can do it with Shoulder Charge or the Shield Throw, doesn't matter. I think it is very good and probably endgame worthy. Now, for the Stasis one, to be honest with you, it's alright, and really I wish there was better legendary stasis options, because I guess the ones I have right now honestly just do not feel good, and it just feels like they do way less damage than like all the other stuff, in my opinion. And so the stasis build is just gonna be a little bit more behind than everything else, but it is still a very good option in terms of what it is. Now, I don't think that Icefall Mantles should have gotten the damage bonus. I feel like it should have went to something else, as you now proc the overshield, and then you unproc it, and then you keep the damage over the times 4 damage as long as you keep getting kills. But the problem is that it doesn't feel good to use because of the weaponry that we have. So, in my opinion, I think it's the worst one out of the two in the video. But that is just my opinion about it. You know, if you guys enjoy stasis builds, then here's one for you. But that's all I really got for this. The rest of the gameplay is just going to be some strike gameplay. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh god.